roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up. First off, new show. Like I said, coming back. Long as they let me press this button, guys, they let me press the button. I'm going to tell you what they didn't let me do, right? So I started the show. Normally when I start the show, you know, they tell you pick your music and everything. I get my little playlist going and stuff. Like, yeah, this is how I'm feeling. So I'm getting the playlist. You know, I ask whatever. What you want to hear? Let me know. Anybody want to hear something that know I do a show? If you have music want to be played, I'll be like, yo, let me play your music. So today, no, not even today. It started from last week. They wouldn't let me play no music, so I had to just freestyle. Like, look, I'm not even going to do no intro. But honestly, something has been fucking with my shit. So, because I know that, and it did it today. So I said, yo, I have to pick a new playlist, something new to come in, and I had to say, I had to play what I feel. So I hope everybody heard that song, Sucker for Pain. Because like I said, when we doing this show, sister to sister, it's going to be some pain. But we're going to try to make it a little happy. We're going to try to make it a little fun. You know what I mean? We're going to try to ease it a little bit. We're just going to try many things. We just not going to give up. That's what we're not going to do. That's why I'm continuing this show. Because I know I started this show. And when I started it, I had a plan. And the plan is, like I said, still, if I could help one person, if I could get somebody to say they did something different, you know what I mean? They doing something different and it bettered them, especially if it's like moms and shit like that. Like, we go through a lot. So because like I just wanted to do that, and it was selfish, because these are the things that I be wanting to ask people, and not trying to be funny. When I know you and I speak to you, I ask people random questions all the time. So because I ask people random questions, I was like, damn, they gave me a place where I could press the button. So we here. They let me press the button, guys. They fucked up my playlist from where I started. But guess what? She has a new one. Sucker for Pain is one. And I chose that song. I don't even think that, like, it came up. Yeah, like, well, it always tell you, like, yo, what's the title you want to put for it, right? So I'm like, I already picked the title. Say it with your chest. You feel me? They're like, and I'm like, damn, I don't remember, because, like I said, I was just, like, so shocked, more, like, focusing on, like, why the music is not playing. And I'm going to my husband, like, yo, it's not playing. Like, something going on. So when I finally got to pick it, I was like, nah, I'm not even picking the title. I'm going to let the song speak for what I'm trying to say. That sometimes we're a sucker for pain for shit. And sometimes we don't know when enough is enough. So like I said, because we don't know these things and because we go through these things, we're going to do a podcast. We're going to talk about it. Like I said, I'm always going to tell people, like, the reason why I put it on YouTube is because I do want to reach other people as the show grow and we really have these conversations. And like I said, they let us press the button. They let us have the conversation. We're going to do that. Right? So a couple of things about the show has changed now that, you know what I mean? The music, it'll be fixed eventually. So as far as like us doing topics and things like that, we're still doing topics because we have to talk about it. We need to talk about it. I need to know, people. Tell me. Let me know. And then I want to also talk about it to let me know that, you know, I've created a space so where I could talk about it. So like I said, I'm talking to all my people. So if there's somebody out there, you drink, you smoke, you need the Bible, I hope you got it next to you. Because like I said, these topics are hard. They're going to be hard. And I'm not going to stop saying that, because you got to know, like, sometimes you got to drill shit in people's head to let them know, like, hard is hard. Hard is not easy. And I'm not going to be able to get everything out in one session. That's why we have a podcast, so we could, you know, constantly do it. I'm not going to lie to y'all. When shit get too tough of what the things that you may be asking and things like that, because we do want to hear the hard things, I might hit you with some elevator music, because I haven't had a co-host yet I'm going to have to hit you with some elevated music and think about that shit. And I'm going to need y'all to bear with me. So in the beginning of the show, it's going to be a little rocky, but I know that the goal of the show is, like I said, help somebody. We're going to tackle these hard topics, and I'm okay with it. So, and now, because I said we're going to tackle the hard topics, I also know that I had a show, and it didn't work out the way I planned. So I went through a whole rant of that and everything like that. Y'all know. If y'all was here, y'all heard. If not, cool. But there were things that I was saying in there that I was trying to put out. And like I said, I wasn't going to do it on that day. So today is the day, right? And this is the day that I show you guys of why you come into the show and why I say it's going to be hard and why I said we would need to tackle these topics. And I think that I got to let me out first. You know what I mean? I got to tell my story. Can't nobody tell my story like me. Can't nobody tell me why I did this. Can't nobody tell me why, you know what I mean, certain things. And then you'll understand why I chose a own sucker for pain. Because, you know, sometimes we don't realize we're sucker for pains. We don't realize that we put ourselves in these situations and you may need somebody to talk to sometimes to go through it. So when I did this show, I started by myself, right? I just started talking online about somebody, not someone. I started talking about a topic that had something to do with loyalty. And loyalty is so big to me, but not many people understand what it means and stuff like that. Then I started hearing the Noriega and them talking about is it loyalty or respect? Do they go hand in hand? Do you want both of them? And that's what I started talking about when I first started, right? Then I got on with my husband and we started talking about hip hop and stuff like that. Because, like I said, I'm going to get into that topic too. We're going to learn something about that too. So then I got on the thing again and I said, you know what? I want to do a show. I went with somebody I speak to a lot, right? And this person that I spoke to a lot with, like me and her having these conversations, it's her. I was like, damn, we both want the same thing at the end of the day. We want the babies to be good. Like, I feel like we're both there. And with me listening to her, I also felt like she also believed like a man should be in the home and love and all that other stuff. So we were there with that situation because, like I said, like if you heard the beginning of the shows, but they're not there. Well, they're not there no more. Whatever, right? They're not there. I deleted them. We'll get into that further down the line. But when I said this to her, I said, "Yo, sis, you know what I mean? I want to do a show. Let's do a show together. Let's do it. We're going to talk about all the hot topics that are as far as like people, regular shit, like regular 9 to 5 shit that you do or conversations you may have with your person and you don't say out loud. Or you may have it with your homie, but you don't say it out loud. And we don't say these conversations out loud. We normally have like 1 or 2 people we can have it with without it being a touchy subject. And it bothers someone. You know what I mean? Like, the goal when you have these conversations is to, like, walk away, agree to disagree, and to understand that we had this conversation because we wanted to know. I don't think that I had the conversation to battle you. I don't think I had the conversation to let you know that I'm better than you. I just wanted to have the conversation because these are my views, these are your views, and I just wonder, how can we agree to disagree? So with my sister, I felt like we have conversations like that all the time. Like, agree or disagree, we come back together. Agree or disagree, we come back together. So we were doing that, and it was cool. So I was like, yeah, let's put it in the show. Not to say, like, I did ask someone else to do the show with me first. It was my husband. As you know, I kind of put his ass there, but I said, yo, let's talk about it. Let's have these topics that people don't talk about. So my husband was like, yeah, but no, I work. So, you know, and I understand that, you know what I mean? I mean, I want to take from my husband, whatever he said, you know, it's cool. And he was cool with me still doing it. So I'm like, yeah, all right, babe, I'm going to do it. So I asked somebody, they was like, nah, because we talk about, when we conversate, we kind of talk about conspiracy theory shit. And like I said, I want to touch those topics too. There may be some conspiracy theorists out there that you never know. You never know where these people come from when they hit that button and they talk. And as long as you know you coming to talk about something that's going to help somebody, you get the button, you get the floor. We're going to talk about it. So I was like, nah, I don't really want to do conspiracy stuff, because then it's going to lead to another type of show. So with my sister, it was more of, we're going to talk about relationships. We're going to talk about love. We're going to talk about independency. We're going to talk about business. We're going to talk about how you could get these businesses and everything like that. Like, we were going to talk about those things. But I also knew that we had the conversation, like, you know, when people find out who we are, you know what I mean? We're going to have that conversation. And she was like, yeah, we're going to have that conversation. We're going to have it. But you never know sometimes when you just talking to somebody and you have a free space, you may say, like I said, you may say something that you really want to know, and it don't have anything to do with trying to make you feel uncomfortable or trying to hurt you and things like that. Now, when people are trying to hurt you, you have options. Everybody got choices. If you can choose to stay in the conversation, or you could choose to not stay in the conversation. I understand that completely. But I feel like if you say, I'm not going to be in that conversation, don't be in it. That means don't entertain. To me, it's like don't entertain the conversation. Don't apologize for the conversation. Don't fucking sympathize, but don't do nothing about the conversation. Move on. Like, just boop, hop. You hop into the next conversation. Especially if you already felt like you apologized. Even if you're saying, people don't even say my bad when they step on your shoe. This is what I said. I'm talking to my people. People don't be saying, I apologize when they step on your shoes sometimes. So when you go through those things, you try to find the best, I guess, the best side of you to deal with that situation. So I told her, like, we're going to be hitting all types of topics. So that topic is going to come out, sis. You know what I mean? So I felt she understood. Now, someone said something about the topic that I felt was going to be the touchy topic. And like I said, sometimes when people call, you may not have maybe you want to say something so bad, when you're so anxious to answer, you may say some shit. Like I said, my job as a host is to, you know what I mean, do my best to navigate that so we can have these conversations no matter what. And if I choose the conversation with you after you say something real crazy and aggressive, and I go back and listen to the audio, I'm not going to stop you from, like, I think I'm going to need to have you back up, buddy. You know what I mean? Maybe I may be wrong. Like I said, this is new. They gave me a button, guys. You know what I mean? They gave me a button. This is all new. So if I'm like, I'm recording it. It was something that needed to be said. Boom, 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 boom. So now I'm learning that certain things you can say, certain things you can't say. And then with that was like, nah, if you can't say it, like I said, if we can't say it, then are we really having a conversation? Like, that's not what the show was for. The show was to get out these hard, tough questions. Yeah, it's easy for me to just have a show with talking about hot topics, about who did what to who's sleeping with who, what new whack music came out, da-da-da-da. Like, it's easy sometimes to have those conversations, as I see a lot of bloggers online. But I also see those bloggers because they know the algorithm. They know how to get in tune with all that shit. But when you start talking about the touchy, like I said, when I said, yo, sis, we gonna have this conversation about me and you feel me? With her, I knew that you guys, the sister is, that's my sister through my mom's was with her dad. You feel me? So with my mom's being with her dad and her life that my mom's lived, like I said, I can't tell nobody else's story. I'm just going to tell mine and why I started the show and how we got here, you know what I mean? And why I'm still going to do the show and how we going to move forward, because regardless of how me and her fell out, I can't stop what I wanted to do. And that was really like talk about things like this, because you don't always have somebody to talk to. I know a lot of people, no, matter of fact, like, I guess it's like, yeah, I know a lot of people, but they don't know me. And a lot of people may see, and I may see a lot of people, but I don't really know them. So I can't say you went through this. If I put my shit on Front Street, I'm okay with it, because I don't have anything to hide. I don't have anything I know when I came up here, when you put things on the internet, it's there. You know what I mean? We're in another time now. So if it's there, what I want to be stuck is the conversation was had, and you can always come back to it. You can always try to figure out ways to deal with it. And then you can find out that you're not the only person going through that. You're not the only person who got to walk in that. And it's okay. So, like I said, now I'm getting a little feeling about it, because I know I'm about to, I'm trying to gain y'all trust when y'all come up here to me and want to have these conversations, that you ain't coming up here to be judged. You're not coming up here because somebody is trying to use your words against you and everything like that. I don't want you to feel that way. So, like I said, I got to start with me. So with her, like I said, my mom's being with, you know what I mean? My mom's being with her dad. It was like boom, 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 whatever. But I won't. All right, we're going to get graphic, but I won't get too graphic, because, like I said, I do want to put this on YouTube so somebody else can hear it. Just say that I went through a lot of, how have they been saying it online? Just give me, I'm going to say it, because I want y'all to know what I'm talking about. So, her dad, I'm young. He fucking with a young chick, right? Her dad was fucking with a young chick and also fucking with my mom's. So, with that being said, with him fucking with me, you know what I mean? It caused hecticness and everything, courts and shit like that. I went through that situation. And within that situation, I still always looked at her as my sister. You know what I mean? I always felt like she was my sister. So she didn't do the shit. But like I said, as we get deeper in these topics and we get deeper in these situations, I know that certain people want to know, do people go through this and the family end up being that way? Is it a DNA thing? I know we're going to get to that, but at this moment, we're going to stick on, what's going on. Like I said, it's going to be real. It's going to be hard. And I want y'all to bear with anybody who comes to the show, because if you a child of God or whatever faith that you know somewhere in your faith it says, you get a second chance. Everybody believed in the second chance. You get a second chance. And it wasn't being given. So back to the topic, right? So me and her still remain cool. That's my sister. Regardless of what happened, I still wanted her to be my sister and shit. So I shared a lot of things with her. So because I shared a lot of things with her, and y'all hear that I went through this shit, y'all know I wasn't trying to fuck with nobody like that. Y'all know I was a closed-minded ass female. Y'all know that I was a female that came from anger. So, and through my life and shit like that, as we keep talking and having these topics, you might hear me tell you a little something about my life. You may hear me tell you about that, because I'm comfortable with my people. I'm getting comfortable right now. So I felt like whatever I say to her, I didn't have no problem saying it out loud, because I'm hoping that I can reach that little girl that's going through some shit and know how to get up out of it. And you know what I mean? I got out of it when I was 13. You know what I mean? I was 13. And for me to be 13 coming out of that shit, I found the love of my life. I didn't know he was the love of my life then. I didn't know that. But I found the love of my life, and I've been married to him for 20 years now. So, you know what I mean? It wasn't my story. I didn't commit suicide. I didn't do, and I don't even know if you can say those words, so I'm going to try to X that out when I put that online. But I didn't give up. And I didn't give up on people. I chose not to give up on people. Hold on, y'all, because You know, it get a little dry when you start talking for a long time. My shit dry. Hold on. And don't, please, anybody who feel like, damn, she's just laughing it off and things like that. It's just, I'm 40. I ain't even afraid to say my age because I'm married, like I said, 20 years. So you know some wisdom here. So give me a little second. She dry. Let me get a little sip. She got a little sip. So with me feeling like I ain't have nothing to hide, and this is a story, like I said, wanted to reach people and shit. We gonna reach people, sis. Let's do it. So as we was talking, and you know when you with people, sometimes you get a little comfortable. Like if you see them every day and everything, people are comfortable. To me, people are comfortable with like it's stability. Even in your friends expect stability from you. Like they expect you if they really not the type to go out and do shit, they expect you to come over and like watch the TV with them and shit like that. But we're all human. So when we're all human, you also feel like, damn, I had a brother. If you had a brother or sister, if not, your brother and sister don't always want to be bothered with your ass. We don't always want to be bothered with you. So you got to expect some of that. So with me and her having that dynamic of the sister, like I fucks with my sis, but she be saying some shit. Then I talk to her again, and like I said, like this shit ain't even a come at her. This shit ain't got nothing. I felt like I said, like I know at the end of the day I did it with her because I felt like she would give something back to the people, my nigga. We had something to say. We had things that needed to be out there. She had a way of how she did it. She knew friends that, you know, like I said, she knew friends that were going through this thing, and maybe her friends could come up here, talk, be free. She could, you know, we had a thing. It was a thing. And you can call it whatever. But now, like I said, we here. And with her being that type of person to me, you know what I mean? She's not even my blood sister. I'm telling her, like, nigga, people, sometimes you need that one person that you could talk to. And this is why I'm coming to y'all, because I still don't feel no type of way when I told her that. You know why? Because I'm willing to be accountable for my shit. I'm willing to take accountability because I know that taking accountability frees me. It frees me from that shit. Like, whew, I ain't got no more lies to tell about that shit. Like, it's over, dog. You ever just been over it? Like, over it. They hold that shit up on you. And with her, I love my sis. Like, I loved her, but I also know that me and her loved each other for a distance. We seen each other since we were like, probably like, what, 17? If that, I don't know. But we've remained in contact through the phone. So her agenda of why she wanted to fuck with me the way she did, I would never know, because we got a little crazy on the phone. And we got crazy to the point where I still feel, right, like I was the bigger person. I'm not gonna front. I'm the little sis, but I feel like I was the bigger person. But I do feel like she had something to say, and I heard her. But because, like I said, I was the bigger person, I wanted her to know, like, when people call this show, they're going to say some crazy things. You know what I mean? And I never know if there's going to be a hater that want to say some crazy things. I never know if there's going to be a revolutionist that's going to say some. I don't know. I really don't know what's going to happen, sis. The only thing we could do is try to work it out, right? But when we working it out, it's me and you. And when I mean me and you, it's not me, you, my husband. It's not me, you, your man. It's me and you, because me and you have understanding. Me and you done talked enough to where we're not supposed to have anything to hide, because we're coming on this space. Like I said, you don't know who's going to call for you. You never know. And like I said, I'm not going to say the first incident ever, what you did that I'm like, why would you want to do? I wanted to know, why would you ever wanted to do that? I wanted to know, why would that be the but we not blocking nobody. Let them say what they gotta say. But that's what happens when people got their own situations going on. And that's why I wanted her to know, like, if you want to do this with me, we're going to do it. We're going to be free because we got to talk this shit. This is our life, and we're going to do it, right? So, like I said, the first incident, we're going to let that slide, ladies and gentlemen. You know? Second chances. Second chances is real. Like, it's a real thing. And because second chances is a real thing, like I said, I'm going to let that slide. So then I get a caller, you know, my peoples, my mans in them, you know what I mean? Somebody I'm going to ride for because I understand that I'm saying I'm riding for him. I know that nigga is not trying to be out here on no fuck shit. I know that this nigga is not out here hurting kids. I know that he's not. He's trying to build black businesses, you know what I mean? He trying to show niggas in the crib, giving opportunities to people, letting people get people music. Like, he cool, dog. I'm telling her. And the fact that I had to talk that to my sis for 6 hours, dog. Like, we went 6 hours. And when you talking to females, I'm a female, she a female. I kept saying on the phone, like, she was like, but what we got to talk about? I said, because we both two females that got strong opinions on shit, and we don't know how to let it go. And I kept telling her, we don't know how to let it go. And because we didn't know how to let it go, we kept talking. And when we kept talking, we talked ourselves into an argument. You feel me? Like, I talked myself into an argument with somebody I've never talked to like that before. Somebody that I said, yo, I started it because I looked up to you, because like I said, I still haven't seen her. I don't know her life. I'm just a sucker for pain. I can be gullible for, if you say, I don't know you. If you guys say, like, yo, I got a great ass job and I'm listening to you, you sound like you know what you're saying, I'm fucking with you. Now, like I said, when you call up to this podcast and you start spilling and other people are interested, do not come for me. Do not bring that to my way. What I'm gonna need you to do is come up on this show and explain to me why you felt this way and why you know what I mean? Why we here. And the reason why I said that, because people say things that hurt. People say things that don't feel good all the time. And you be like, damn, why you said that? Like, why did you say that? And because, like I said, you need a space to where, like, it's like, dudes will be like, yeah, I be wanting to talk to her, but she got a nasty ass attitude. I'm like, come here, girl. Why you got this attitude? You know what I mean? Tell me the story. Let's hear her story. Let's hear it. So this is the space that I've created so we can hear these stories. You know what I mean? Why is this the way it is? So with her, she was like, oh, this was a bad look. That one of my peoples called in and said something. You should have stopped it. Da-da-da. I'm like, yo, we spoke to this homeboy. Yo, if I deleted the footage, that's another reason why I'm a little upset. I deleted the footage. So with me deleting the footage, I'm like, fuck it. This is my sis. This is who I'm riding with. We still gonna do the show. Get Shorty on the show because she's a cyber who she is. Let's get her to talk to the people, because like I said, the show is about it's about these hot shit that we can't talk about out loud. If she got the knowledge of how these people be doing these things, and I personally don't know, you know what I mean? I don't know. Like, now you talking to just me. Fuck the people now. You talking to me. You talking about just me. If I don't know, I'm telling you, sis, get her on the show. Like, don't just say, oh, I don't want to talk to this nigga. You riding for this nigga. You do that. Whoa. And then you throw out titles of molestation, of sex trafficking, and da-da-da-da. And then, because, like I said, we had this argument, and ladies and gentlemen, when I said we going to touch these topics, it's going to be hard. Bitch, your dad touched me. You understand that I know what the fuck that means. You understand that I know that that's real. That you can't do that. Don't do that. Don't say that. Don't say that automatically because he said something that you didn't understand, or he may have came on our show and battled the shit out of us. We didn't win that argument, maybe, because like I said, I deleted the footage. Only way you're gonna know if I feel like putting the footage back up. I'm not sure, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I mean? I'm not sure because I think we're past it. And that's why I'm okay with telling my story to y'all. I'm past it. I'm past that some shit happened to me. But now I'm on some shit like, this is why I said why it's not the show that it was. And I don't know if I'm dragging it. I don't even give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. We rewind this bitch. Fast forward this bitch. Hear this bitch. But you're going to hear it and know that the show was for that. This is what it was for. They give us like a 5-hour limit. Who can talk for 5 hours by themselves? Some people can, because I seen it. The lady that I look to, like, she's not even older than me. Like, she's younger than me. But the lady, I call her lady because I respect her ground. I respect it. She do it. She holds it down. You feel me? And she tackles these hard topics, too. And she does these things. And so that's why I was also feeling like, I can do it too in my own way. I may not speak like you. You may not speak like me. You are going to be a different person. I'm not you. You're not me. Why are we doing that? Why are we doing that if we tackling these topics? Why are we doing that? You feel me? And so like I said, I believe in second chances. So with me telling her like, yo, let him come back up, explain himself, because we spoke to him for 20 minutes. That looked bad on us. If he say, yo, play that footage. You know what I mean? He hit me like, yo, play the full thing. Play the full. It'd have been like, yo, why are you putting that on the show? Or what, you know what I mean? Because we doing the show. Why would you put that on there? And she like, oh, fuck it. I don't want to do it. It don't sit right with me. That's bullshit. That was fucked up. And then I felt like she was changing the dynamic of the show. I wasn't with that. So like I said, we were battling. We two females. We two high-head females. But with her, I was always able to chill. You know what I mean? Like, I was always able to be myself no matter what. Like, I felt like I could be me. So with me being me, I'm like, yo, sis, like, that was a bad fucking call. You have me, you got me on some Nori shit. I'm hip hop. Like, why you make me delete the footage? Everybody heard it. Or if not, they, you know what I mean? Like, don't do that. I'm already in my head. Like, we got something. This is what we got to do. If you listen to more and more of what we were talking about on that, on there, you'd understand, like I said, these are the kind of the topics that we talk about. And no, I like I said, these words right here, I guess, as I grow, we'll learn how to say these words better. But when you're telling your story, you got to say what it is. Child predator. You know what I mean? When you say things like those, like when you use these words, let's be real when we saying that. And if you know me and I'm telling you that this is somebody I knew from when I was young, I got girls, dog. What are you talking about? What are you doing? Why would you do that? Why would you stick that on that? And she like, oh, it's the businesses don't want to be tied with me. I'm like, yo, that's what I said before. What I said, we don't have the same we have the same vision on what we wanted in life, right? We didn't have that. But that's why I wanted to have the conversation and to let it know that it's okay that we didn't have the same vision. We all know that we want our kids straight. We know that we don't want our kids to go through the shit that I've went through with certain shit. And then, like I said, it's a mental thing. I had to deal with fucking with you in the first place. Like, my rapist is your dad. Like, that's your dad. It is who he is. It is where he is. That's why I said this conversation was coming up anyway. I'm not going to shy away from it now because me and you had this argument or disagreement about some things. I'm not going to shy away because I know it was going to be here. What made it like I can't go on is when you start saying words like, oh, I feel like you're putting my business out there. Yo, if you smoke, hit a blunt. Just hit a blunt if you smoke. Just hit a blunt. Just hit it. What the fuck do you mean? You feel like I'm putting your business out there, dog? We're putting our business out there. You thought that you asking me questions or some shit that we could be going. What are you talking about? If me and you talk about the things before we gonna say before the show, don't start that shit Don't start that shit where you start now. Somebody, once again, this is why I said the show was going the way it is, because niggas is in your ear now. Now niggas is in your ear when it comes down to you putting my business out there. That's their conscience. Let them walk in that. Let them feel that. Let them deal with that. We don't have to do that, bro, because that's not what the show was about. If you and I told her, I said, I even told her on that 6-hour conversation, I said, yo, sis, on some real shit, if you feel like I'm telling your business while we doing this, I don't want to do the show, because, bitch, maybe that's all I do, talk about people. Maybe that's all I would do, talk about people problems. That's the light that you see me in. That's not the image that I'm trying to put to you guys. You know what I mean? So I wasn't going, like, bitch, then it ain't for me. But that's not, I know that girl, that ain't me. Don't throw those nasty images on me. Don't put that on me. And I'm able to say it to her. I wouldn't want another bitch to talk that like that, because then I'm going to be tight, because that's not what the fuck this is about. That's not what this show is about. Like I said, we just going to hit the hot topics. Sometimes when you hit the hot topics, you say some hot shit, right? You say some hot shit. And when you say some hot shit, you just got to be prepared. And I also know that there are going to be spectators out there that's going to say some shit. You suck everything. Your mama, suck everything. And I care about you, because you're not trying to help. You're not trying to be part of this situation, the solution. Because like I said, if you felt the way, come here, talk to me, like, subscribe, support the channel, keep, you know what I mean? Show the love. I got people who will wait till I get off, and they're going to show me love. And I told her that. That's what I said. The show is going to be different anyway, because I know that sometimes that I can't be the messenger to the message. But I'm okay with that as long as the message is getting out there. Just don't shoot the messenger. And you would shoot the messenger like you was doing that. You threw out allegations. And when you did that, you was like, yo, they going to go look at his background. They're going to check him out. Come on, dog. How you did that because somebody who said, hey, these females are talking about the topics that I feel need to be talked about, because they gave the open platform for us to talk. They didn't judge anybody. I've been listening for a minute. They didn't judge nobody. They were just talking. We're just talking but we're talking, and I know it's hard. And you're going to say some things that I don't like, people. You people may say some things that I don't like. You people are going to think something that I don't like. And I hate the use the word you people, but it's going to be that way, and it was going to be hard. And because I went through my past, you know what I mean? Because of my past and the fact that I'm still willing to help a motherfucker out, nah, we can't change what I'm trying to do. We're not going to change what I'm trying to do. Anybody who come here, I don't care what religion you are. I don't care what God you serving. I don't care what house you paying. I don't care how much money you got, and that's another thing. Like, she was throwing that in my face. Look, my people going to know who I am and what I do. I'm a wife, know that. I'm somebody's wife. And I like I said, you guys, I'm sister to sister. Now I'm talking to my sisters. That's why I'm not changing my name. I'm talking to the sisters. Yes, I'm a woman that believe in happy husband, happy wife, happy kids. You know what I mean? We gonna do it. I believe in that shit. And because I believe in it doesn't mean that I'm pushing that on you, or I believe that you should be going through that. Sister, I want to know, you know what I mean? Like, are marriages dying? What's going on? Why we have these? Why they don't believe in us no more? Why we being looked at these ways? You know what I mean? What are we doing? And she did something that was part of the problem. That's why the show had to end that way. You know what I mean? It didn't go right. So I'm going left, guys. I got to go left. And I don't know if it's going to plan out the way that I vision it. But I hope that, like I said, I'm going to reach somebody. I don't want to sound insensitive. I don't want to sound like I'm not listening to you. Hold on, team of drinks. Need a little sippy sip. But we're going to tackle those topics. And I want people to feel comfortable. I want them to be all right. You know what I mean? I curse, as you notice, ladies and gentlemen. And it's okay. Oh, look at husband in chat. Thank you. I appreciate it. You know you coming up on here. At the hitting of blunt. Look at the... We know our crowd, but I'm not going to lie. If you got to grab a Bible, if you got to grab your beads, clench your pearls, get your tea. I don't care what you have to do to get here. Get your ass in here and have the conversation. Get your ass in here. Let me know I'm not bugging. You don't feel like everybody needs to go down? And it's like, not arrest everybody, but damn, I'm talking about when it came down to the topic that was in this segment. Like I said, this segment right here, when it came down to, I was hurting myself. I'm fucking with a female that I don't know how you feel in your views on how with me being in touch, but I did find out once we started arguing. Once we argued, and you said, you trying to come from my businesses. You trying to come from my character. I would never. Y'all, listen to me. Listen, I don't care what you do when you come up here. Whatever gets you the fuck out of bed in the morning, please come. If you can't sleep in the middle of the night and I'm up and I'm on this bitch, please come. Like, what? Come at you? That's not, that ain't even, I've never, if I came at you, me and you would not be talking, because it's weird. When I told somebody, before I said I'm going to bring it to the world, I knew my husband knew. So my homeboy, I knew him for years. You hear me? He knew about my situation with my past because, like I said, that's my homeboy. He knew about my past. He knew that because that's my husband's best friend. I'm Pat. That's who I am. I know who I ride with. You know what I mean? Death before the sign of my nigga. Like, that's me. But that's me. And that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. It's just a space where I know that we created where you could just be you. I'm not asking you to change. I'm not asking you to be nobody else. I may not understand it, but at least I heard it, and then like now I could just, any way you're gonna interpret it any way you want to. You niggas is gonna twist my words or not. Or I hope you heard the message, like the message between that. You know what I mean? I hope you heard it. That this shit was crazy. I started this podcast crazy. Well, I started as a show. I don't know how we gonna call it. Show, podcast. I like podcasts. You know what I mean? When Mo sent it back, I was like, yeah, I like it. I see it. Because no matter what, the goal is to tackle these conversations. The goal was to have it. And the beautiful thing about it was I had my husband with me, backing me up. Like, you ready to get it out? Do it. You know what I mean? This you. You know what you want. You know what you want to say. You know what you want them to hear. You know where you trying to go. I'm not trying to hurt nobody. Bruh, I'm not, no. You know, one day I'm hoping to open up a little spot. And even still, look, I say, yo, I want to open up a spot. One day y'all come down to my spot, my club, you know what I mean? Like, but it's not that type of club where you just going to be shaking your ass in my shit all day. I don't want to tell you everything. But I have plans, ladies and gentlemen, and that's it. Because, like I said, I'm a married woman. So I was going to have those conversations. And, you know, hopefully somebody become a wife after talking to the sisters that come on to the show. You feel me? My ladies will back me up, hopefully, one day. It didn't matter. You know what I mean? I'm not going to reach everybody right there and then. But like I said, play me back. And with her, the allegations was too deep for me, knowing that you know where I came from. And we can't do that around these parts. So when you come up here, be mindful of what you say about people. Be mindful about what you say anyway, because I can't protect your ass. Sorry. I'm not even gonna front. So with me saying, like I said, we just gonna I was just trying to let y'all know, like, yeah, we're gonna have these topics. And when it comes down to this sexual abusing and females and stuff like that. At this moment, there isn't anybody that is bouncing back and forth with me, so I can't do nothing but tell you my story. I'm not a gossiper, so I'm not gonna gossip about your shit. And once she started saying like, yeah, it seemed like I was gossiping about her on the show. We gotta quit, baby. We're already in odds. You already feel some way. Like, I just didn't see that, and because she felt that way, and to know where we come from, like, girl, I would have been felt the way. We not supposed to be where we at. That was the black girl magic. Because they keep telling us we can't be there, baby. Sister, do you hear me? Sisters, do you hear me? Because I'm thinking about adding S. And when my men come up here, I wanna tackle those conversations. Why y'all not getting married no more, or our relationships done? Like, is it what do y'all feel about these threesomes? Like, ooh, we can touch on all of those topics. So, like I said, we're gonna do that. I see Croc in the chat. I don't know if he's ready to come up yet. He already know the request. So, but before, no, Croc, don't even come up yet. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna give you niggas the elevator music, because I could give y'all elevator music. And it's not bad. It's just, hold on for a second. You know what I mean? Just hear this music. You feel me? And it is a thin line between love and hate. And I'm going to say that because I'm going to kind of piggyback on, somebody called the show. Somebody had wrote a message in the show last week. I'm lying. 2 days ago. 2 days ago, they asked me, right? How can I because now this is what I'm saying, like, once we start growing in the show, I could see a little better, and I hope y'all hear me. It says, how can you get your girl to start being honest, even though she fucked up before, but claiming they change, but barely communicating? And it was like, I was like, okay, so we starting with that. And that's, like I said, this is part of the show. I'm willing to answer these questions the best of my ability, but I'm not going to know it all, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. So when you ask that question, and I got to break it down, because, you wrote that in the chat, and we in the beginning, because I'm not going to be able to see if this shit is rolling the way it rolled. I'm not going to be able to see everything, and I want to put that out now, because I'm having faith in where we going with this. So, how can you get your girl to start being honest? The thing about it is, you can't get anybody to be honest. I don't think like that's the goal, to get you to be honest. I would just hope that you just like an honest person. Some people believe that some people, like, because I can only speak from experience when I say these things, some people, they've been hurt so much that they're living, like I said, you wake up, you live another day when you've been hurt so much. Certain situations, I can't speak for everybody else. They can't speak. Things is just real out there. So it's like, but if you get another chance, you're just not going to keep blaming people. And I think we do that a lot. Like, and then we ask for things we don't even know if we want. You don't even know if you want that. You want your girl to be honest. You know what I mean? What if her honesty is she don't want to be with you? What if her honesty is, I want you to just take care of me, and I want you to just, you know what I mean, go about your business. Or I just want to have a business. What if your girl say these things? Honest is, what kind of honesty you looking for? Because, like I said, in my marriage, and me and my husband, we grew into honesty. It wasn't something somebody taught me. That shit, we can talk about it. We can grow about it. We can walk about it, talk about it, keep doing it, keep going through it until we understand it, because we always get another day. So, like, with me and my husband, we really did, like, when we were boyfriend and girlfriend, we had that 15 minutes of honesty. That 15 minutes, baby, it ain't for the weak. So I'm not asking everybody to do that, because when you're in relationships, I feel if you saying this gonna be my boyfriend and girlfriend, I still think that you think that you've grown. You know what I mean? You didn't stay in a child's place. You didn't stay in a child's place. You already kind of hitting the you've grown. But I know, because I have kids, I'm still supposed to have your back. You know what I mean? I'm still supposed to hold it down. I'm not going to turn my back towards you. And I know y'all been looking at the news and hearing the shit. They young now. They're not the same age. Like, I don't even know, because this shit is always been. But I don't know if it's always been talked about. So when it comes down to you saying the honesty and what you want from the situation, you got to be honest with yourself of what you want. Because, like I said, she going to say some shit. And you got to accept that. So with me and my husband saying that, I had to accept some shit. I had to accept that he was going to say some crazy, and he gave me 15 minutes. Do I still want to be there? Look, Croc coming on. And look, the only reason why I let Croc on so early is because we got him tonight, guys. We won't get Croc every night. He won't be always here. But because he's here and we hitting the topic of, I don't know. Can you hear me, Croc?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So, like I said, I'm going to piggyback off a question that somebody had asked me. And we going to roll with it because, like I said, we going to tackle these topics. And it's going to be real. And real does not mean halfway. It doesn't. We going to walk through it. So, like, what I was telling the people is that, like, with me and you, we always know what it was. Like, we were young. We started young.
Right.
So we had that 15 minutes of honesty. So right. Because I said it, and I know that this is my show, and like I said, we got you tonight, so I'm gonna take it.
Okay.
So would you like to explain just that part before we go on to more?
The 15 minutes of honesty?
Yes.
Yeah, well, because we were young and we were teenagers at the time, and, we were saying we were boyfriend and girlfriend and fiance and all this, we still haven't got either a diploma on either side. We ended up, project kids, you end up doing some things. So mess around, cheating had happened on both sides of the spectrum. I cheated and you cheated.
We can agree on that.
Right. Both, it was on both sides of the spectrum. But it was a point where things like you could say, I guess the block was getting hot, and the block could get hot for either side. Right? And then you have that choice. You can go, okay, well, if I cheated and I really didn't want to be with you, then why am I here? Right? And then vice versa. So then,
I hear you.
So with that thought process, it'll be like, you know what? I want to be honest, because I know something might be going on, but there's something going on with me as well.
And then I said, I like him. I used to say, I like him. He caught my eye. The first time I seen him, I caught that eye. I like that. I like him. Keep going.
Yeah, so then we ended up, just keeping it a band with each other every, so often. It wasn't like some every day or every week shit, but there are moments because we were teenagers and we were exploring and growing, right? Just because I think emotionally we were attached, like, this is what we wanted, but then physically and mentally we wanted to see more.
Right.
And we did. And we had the opportunity to see more and then still end up being together.
Right. And then like I said, like we end up being apart. Like we had things against us that made us see like I'm
it
never
wasn't
gonna
always
see this
just meat and potatoes. You know what I mean?
Right. Even with that. Right. Even with the 15 minutes of us doing that honesty, we still had time where you went places and I went places and we didn't know, like, I don't know if I'm gonna see him again. I can't say that. But I like him. And when I be saying things, for me it was like I like him. He cool. I like what he stands for, but I also had him young and dumb. And people are still going through that, and we have to know that it's a growing. Like, you don't just, did you learn it? Did somebody teach you how to do that with me?
I think for us, or I guess maybe speaking for me more, I think it was what kept us going through all the bullshit was the curiosity and the possibility.
Right,
like those two, the curiosity and possibility was like, okay, I see what it is with this bitch. But
I won't judge you on this show.
But if I'm doing it with you, how is this gonna pan out? And like, you know what I mean? I believe vice versa. You know what I mean? So or it was like, yeah, this is where I want to be, but not where I want to be. And then it was like, nah, I don't want to be there.
Right? Like, you gotta go. But now, now that you said that, can we honestly say that that's how it be? Like, you go through those ups and downs.
Right.
You just try not to violate.
The question is, no, that's why they say a lot of times, like the older married couples, it's like marriage isn't always just happiness and fucking love songs and slow dances.
Right, it's not that.
And shit like that.
But
like to stay married in this world that we have with social media around and all that, you know, everybody's thirsty. We're on both sides of the spectrum. Right? I'm trying to find, you know what I mean, something to do. So it's like, do you really have to have some sort of unconditional love for the person that you're willing to spend that situation with and life with? Otherwise, what are you doing? And then for us, we grew up in the situation. You know what I mean? I think it's a little different when you meet as a couple, as couples meet when they are adults, right? You already have your morals and standards kind of intact of saying this is how I want to be versus us. Like I said, like the 15 minutes wasn't something our parents told us.
Wait. So, okay, keep going. I hear it.
15 minutes was a standard we were creating. You know what I mean? We were creating how we felt we needed to communicate with each other and still be in the same space. Because we were used to, like, being together apart anyway.
Right.
Because it was so young. Like, it was, the access wasn't like that. So
right.
Like,
and then, like I said,
I'm with you when I see you.
Right. Right. And people are like that. But then when, I guess, and then I guess our friends played a part in it.
Okay.
Because I felt me and you were childish. It's like, I don't want y'all to be together. Bitch, why? We went through a lot of that because we had a lot of that. That's what I said, like, I'm going to tell my side. I'm not asking you to tell your side. I'm just asking you to, you know, if you're on the show and we got your free time, thank you. I appreciate you.
No problem.
But on my side, just speaking for myself and how I see my relationship with Croc, it was more like,
you ain't gotta say we were young. Like that.
Right, like we had friends. Now I got to. Because still at the end of the day,
you ain't gotta whisper, you know, now. With Croc.
Wait, stop. Because I want to say babe, because we're already here now. so I don't want to be babe. If I
yeah, but my name ain't babe. It ain't babe crop. It ain't babe crop. It's the crop.
Yo.
Wait, not okay, crop.
Look, right?
The crop.
Nah, but for me, we were young, so people wanted us together. They didn't want it together. But I felt like it was only because me and you cool people. It was a selfish thing. Like, they wanted us for themselves. Like, you know?
Right. Well, they you know, if we had 15 minutes,
right?
If we had those 15-minute conversations, that means someone in their mind thought, got him.
Right.
I mean, finally get it,
they
broke it up, through. And then we have our 15 minutes and go back to our regular, and they're like, what? What the fuck? That's not.
That ain't how
so y'all just cool. Y'all everything
cool
just okay.
Right.
Did y'all not hear what happened? Yeah.
Right.
We talked about it. We already talked about it. We communicated.
Right. We talked about it. Like, what else can we do when we know?
But that was like from early. It was like once we realized, hey, maybe we want to see other things and explore life a little bit because we're young, right? That honesty didn't make it. It almost didn't make it cheating.
Right.
It made it an open relationship.
Right.
Communication.
So, like I said, we got to use it wisely because, like I said, when we're gonna be honest, I had my times where I was like, you know, females, you gonna have that. We not gonna make it seem like it's peaches and cream. I had that, but
right.
I didn't have it to where I felt like I should. No, let's see. It wasn't illegal. I don't know how many people was ripping up pictures. You know, everybody rips up pictures and stuff like that. You rip up pictures, but I don't think that was because of the 15 minutes, though. I don't think our 15 minutes ever made us go do some crazy shit. Did it? I don't.
Maybe like the
we
first.
still went to go chill.
Maybe like the first two, and after
the
that,
first two, right?
Maybe like the first two of like actually being real enough with each other to say it was like, what? So you gonna say it, and and I'm gonna listen to it. You know what I mean? And then once after, then the second one was, okay, all right, get that Denzel, all right, okay, all right.
And it didn't want. I don't think that. With the 15 minutes, it was to one up each other.
No.
You know what I mean?
No. It definitely wasn't a competition. It definitely wasn't like, it wasn't planned. There wasn't a plan. It really was circumstantial for the situation. Like I said, we growing up in the environment we had access to. And how my crib was, how the SmackDown was at one point in time, like
everybody when you young,
it was
you have these friends
where everybody knows your name. You know what I mean? At one point in time,
we had that.
So with that type of access and situations and all the entertainment we've had in the crib and birthday parties and.
Right,
no violence
family,
and all,
and it
like all that makes sense.
Our immediate family. It wasn't even people. It wasn't even our immediate family. All of them. It was the people you
in the crib. It was so random. It was so random. You could be. It looked like the fucking United Nations in there sometimes.
Right. That's why I said my peoples is out here. We not just you not going to block. Look. This show, you are not in the box because I don't know you. I don't know you. We don't know you. So, like I said, when we talking about these things, understand that we coming from a space where we had Italians. Everybody knew where they was from, but the people that I thought we thought was our family. And I guess that's another topic, another situation. But staying on this topic with the 15 minutes, it wasn't always easy, basically.
Absolutely not.
But we did something that we felt would help us grow. We've done other things, but like I said, as the show go on, you get those little snippets and stuff.
Right.
You know, I'm hoping right now, people, you comment and you share, you subscribe, come back, listen to me late night. I know you turned up, and everything is not what we talk about is gonna be. You probably want that space.
Friday night.
Right. They just got paid. Right. You know what I mean? But like I said, yo, Croc, they let me press the button. I'm gonna press that button. And sometimes when I press the button, and it may be random because, like I said, we're in a space where certain questions is not easy, right? Like I said, even with the person asking that question, I don't know if it was easy for him to ask that because, you know what I mean? He already said she cheated. So now I got to look at you like, oh, you accepting back cheaters.
Right, people make mistakes.
And I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to judge you.
That's
you know,
that's my thing though. My thing is, are we perfect?
No.
Right, and it maybe because of how I was raised. Right, I wasn't raised in the Christian background. I wasn't raised in a Jewish background or Israel background and things like that. The religion I grew up with when I was a child was Yoruba, right?
Oh,
okay. And knowing that at the time, how I brought up, that was the normal for me, right? And with that being my normal, there was no talk of singular wives or anything like that. That was not the regular. So it was more fascinating to me to hear more people talk about church because that's not what I learned when I actually had an opportunity to like take in information and all that. That's where I learned how to actually say, you know what? I guess this is religion. But then after that, I got to see other sides of my family that may end up going into the church. And only time you probably see me in the church is a funeral or a wedding. And I have no knocking towards people that go to the church. It's more of how I was brought up. I didn't even see marriage the way marriage is kind of built.
Right.
Now.
You hit, yo, God, marriage, we didn't see none of that. I don't, like, we've been different places, and can I say, like, you could say that you've seen some type of marriages?
Yeah.
Now, were they in the ghetto?
What?
Were they in the ghetto type of marriages you see?
Not all. I've seen marriages that live in Park Slope. Park Slope ain't poor you got to have some bread to be in Park Slope.
Right. So we don't always got to say it's been rich. Have you seen some unrich marriages?
Yes.
Ooh, I like it.
And like I said, first of all, my pops is married. So he's been married since I was, give or take 9, 10, and they're still married to this day.
Blessed and grateful. We like
right, blessed and grateful, absolutely.
I want to see it.
So, since I was 9, they have been, I was at the wedding and all, had my suit with my little kente cloth bow tie, almost jumping in the water. It was a Brooklyn, it was definitely a Brooklyn wedding. Had the botanical gardens.
So you're from, so we doing like New York, where I think we said on my show before that it's a rough place. So with you even being from a rough place, and I'm guessing rough friends, you still feel like marriage is something that was possible? Well, yeah, because we here, but
I guess from showing my age, I think everybody at one point in time always wanted like the Cosby Show. Feel me?
Right.
Everybody always wanted their family to be a family. Now, it doesn't always work that way because you had the Cosby Show and then you had like Don't Be a Menace. You know what I mean? I don't want drinking your gin. You know what I mean? Like you had the extreme. Messages. You had the extreme on the possibility of females you could experience. So, and is it about
touching on that? But it's slow.
Is it about experiencing? Is it about experiencing a female like that, right?
Right.
Or having some sort of real conversation that keeps everybody in tune, so you can do what you got to do, and everybody's doing what they need to do.
Can I say that when I had my 15 minutes with you, that I just looked at you as a guy. I looked at you as a person that was nice, cool. I also looked at you as you can flip. You know what I mean? Like, but I looked at you as a person. Besides, like, you know what I mean? I didn't just care about, like, you were a regular person on the street, and I'm saying it to you because I didn't want you to judge me when I was telling you what I did. You know? So I also know that I had to put myself in a certain space of mind to be able to say to my man, like, yo, I da-da-da-da.
Right.
Do you still want me?
Right. Roll the dice.
And then to say,
I fucked up. Oh, you fucked up? Guess what?
I fucked up
too. Right. How y'all like it?
Well, we fucked up. Right.
Right.
So now it was more of the get
and it seemed when you hear that, right? And you hear that from the outside looking in, it seemed tit for tat. But growing up in Glenwood and G-Dub and just experiencing life in G-Dub and the memories and all the cribs niggas I've been to, and you know what I'm saying, just the regular experiences that you can't get living in certain places. You won't get that, and the you know the way the game is now, shit ain't the same anyway. So you're not gonna get that same experience.
Right,
that we
the person you really fuck with live right up the block. Like, I mean, upstairs, like. He really upstairs, so you see him.
Versus, like, look at that Straight Outta Compton movie where the nigga came on when Five came on the fucking bus and shut shit down real quick and told niggas, you know, I need to read, get them books, nigga.
You're right.
Don't stick to them. And he wasn't really trying to, he's like, what y'all doing? Y'all on the cheese bus talking shit? No, y'all and just chill out.
Our enemy was like,
don't even do all that. But then
right there.
That's the type of real. That's the type of real niggas that we may have experienced that ain't around no more. You know what I mean? Or the code done changed so much that, you know what I mean, the real and fake is blurred. Like the line is blurred.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. It got so blurred that it became with people. Like, that's what I said, with somebody to ask that question. Like, for you to say that they cheated and you took them out, you took them back. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want him to think that he should give up because she ain't shit.
I mean, if
you might got to take the next person back.
No, but you say, look, if you say, oh, well, we talked, you cheated. All right, I'll take you back, right? If that's what you say, then you already, if you're taking someone back to be cheated, like say, oh, yeah, they're going to cheat on me again. Right? Without the communication of being open versus just like, no, they're going to be faithful, that's it, this is going to be, you know, when you got the serial cheater shit, right? There are people that accept serial cheaters. You know what I mean? They're out there.
Them.
There are people who do that shit. It just so happened, like I said, it just gave for us to do what we did. Kind of the 15 minutes gave us an outing to be more open.
A cheat code.
It was like, you know what? Put it like this. It was like, no, it felt like, and it wasn't like a competition, but it felt like, okay, now that we've done this, let's say 3 times. Let's just say 3.
Right.
And after 3 times, here we are. I wake up. You right here.
Right. Still in my
Okay. So this is our standard, and maybe we can explore life a little bit more. All we gotta do is
respectfully.
All we gotta do is come down to confessions and repent our sins to each other.
I said that on the show. Like, yo, we all need that confession.
We instead of going to the fucking pastor that don't know shit about
pastor, babe.
Because I don't know nothing about it. And no disrespect to pastors. I'm just saying, instead of going to the pastor and going to this little box and saying, hey, Father, I sinned, I fucked up, I did this, I cheated on blah, blah, blah. She don't know. You know what I'm saying? She don't know I cheated. But I'm telling you, and tell God I'm sorry. Right?
But see, no. All right, so wait.
Versus going, I'm saying, versus going
hear me out.
you.
Hear me out. Because we still moving fast. Remember I said this, we going to take it a minute, we going to take it slow, because this shit is real. Because before we can even get to the box and shit like that, when did you feel, right? Here we go. You ready? When did you feel it was time to have the 15 minutes talk in your relationship?
There was some rumors.
So it started with rumors?
It was rumors at first, because our circle is broad but tight.
Right.
Like you can get the news.
Want us together.
Living in the project. Like if you living in the P's, you can have a fight on one side of the project, right? And you can just be getting up, and you probably win or lose. If you won or lost, by the time you get to your building,
win or lose. Say it again,
I heard you with da 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 da.
Win or lose.
And you like, how the fuck you know? Like, I just got here. Nigga, you know, I just got to the building. How do you know I just had a fight fucking 10 minutes ago? You feel me? So when it comes to, like, if you're playing, it all depends. Like, if you're playing the hood and you're doing shit in the hood, then...
we can only speak from my experience. And
I'm saying from my experience doing shit in the hood, because there's times where shit was hood related. It was in home base. You feel me?
Right. But
so with those moments, it's gonna come up.
Now,
unless you're a fucking ninja, and I'm not a ninja.
Like I said, I won't put you on to where you have to say how you feel, right? Because I just want to say, because sister, like what I'm about to say, I don't want it to seem like if you have to say anything, any of your business. Remember, I told you, I'm just happy you on, baby.
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind. I don't have nothing to hide.
Right. So with what I was about to say, when it came down to those times of knowing many people, and like I said, like when you said the rumors and stuff like that, it was like with us still being together where we are, our rumors were so close.
Right.
I love you. I thank you. You could have been that dude. You know what I mean? And as we get, Because like I said, I'm not feeding them all tonight. We've been on it. I'm rocking, bro. We rocking, right. But hold on.
Do you talk
before we get into the psyche of that, if you don't mind touching on it, like, I understand that there are aggressive guys out there.
Right.
I understand that there are aggressive females out there.
Mm-hmm.
And because you're aggressive, don't mean that you have to take your aggression out on someone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And a lot of time we've heard about it mainly be it's the domestic violence conversation. You know
right.
what I mean? Like, me and you been together telling our shit. Domestic violence is not in our shit.
No, it's not my DNA.
I don't know, like, cause like I said, we don't want to tell other people, because, you know, I got a cue. I was telling my sister.
No, I'm just saying, it's not mine.
It's not mine to tell.
But at the end of the day, right. I don't condone or support any type of violence. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to shit that could be accomplished. If I said if we had 15 minutes, and here we are having this conversation on a podcast, and that was before podcasts even. You could do this shit on phone. You know what I mean? So if that's the case, then why would I even think about some violent shit, like violence or female? Right. And I have daughters too. Like, I'm not about that life.
Right, it's not that serious. I don't think it's that serious, and I think people think it's that serious. It's the fear. This is why I wanted to keep doing the show. Like I said, we not feeding them all tonight. I've been rocking for a minute, and I feel like with Homeboy question, he asked me, it was a lot. And, you know, come up. I want to ask. I can't really answer your question as much. I guess the advice that we were giving out tonight was, sometimes you need that 15 minutes with your partner. And if you can't handle it, because you heard us say we don't condone domestic violence, you got to walk away. Walk away. If you're not going to take the 15 minutes of somebody being a human being, an animal, they savage. They're going to be savage for 15 fucking minutes. If you can't accept that from a human being that shit, fart, eat like you, then I don't know what to tell you. Relationships is not where you need to be, bro. You can't be there. Right. I can't give the advice for you to stay in that relationship, because
you have to work. You have to work. You know, if you want anything, if you want something to work, it's already in the fucking name. You gotta work at it.
Right. Let's talk about it like it's work.
And it's not going to be easy, and it's not going to be all fucking peaches and cream and shit. Like shit gets tough. Emotionally, people get fucked up and shit. All those things are possible, but it's more, what are you attempting? You got to realize what you want in life. In general.
Right, and that's another thing. Like, we're going to touch on that, because that goes with a lot of relationships. Is either they're emotional based or they're financial based. You know what I mean? You got to ask yourself, what is you really looking for? Like I said, we don't all know what we want.
If you're doing it for finances, you just couldn't do what you got to do to keep the finances. You know what I mean? It's not about you shouldn't be making mistakes because you're trying to keep the finances. You know what I mean? Right. Like, if that's the goal. But otherwise, if you're in a relationship because you're connected and you feel sonic with that person and you feel that this is where you need to be vibration wise, then you work on being humans together.
Right.
I mean, learn on growing on being human together.
Like, or, you know what I mean? Like I said, bro, on some G shit, I said when I first wanted to do a podcast, I was talking to somebody about conspiracy theories. So when you say human, whatever.
Okay. All right. Whatever floats
we never know who we gonna get. I'm just leaving the floor.
I ain't a robot.
Right. They doing it to us. We gonna have that conversation too. They doing it.
You ain't got to pick 3 street lights in the box to talk to me.
Try, right. Like I said, y'all, I will leave y'all with a movie. Try Demolition Man. You know what I mean? Try it out. Check it out. It's a good movie. I say just watch that movie. Come back. Tell me what you think. We'll have that conversation. But that's for those type of people. Because like I said, we here. We all around. I heard, bro, when he asked that question, you're going to have to call in and let me know what you got to understand when you say these things. And like you say, you took her back and you want her to be honest with you. You got to expect what she going to say. Now, me and Croc said we did 15 minutes. We saying try it or what? Like, try it out.
I mean, you gotta know what you're willing to take. Like,
right? It don't look pretty.
If all you want is honesty, right? If all you want is honesty, and what I always say, and you know I've said this in the past, but there's love, there's like, there's lust, there's all these L's, right? So like LL Cool J did it real smooth, right? Because he got like and lust, right? They like, and they lust, right? But they love. It's like, lust, and love. Those 3 L's, right? So you do that. If you're doing it off of likes, if you're doing it off of love, and you can't get to a point of unconditional love, right? You're already in a place where you're not going to feel complete with whoever you are, because you gotta really dig what unconditional love is. Because if you base love on the human condition, just the human condition itself, and not just the love of the person living life, then of course you're going to get in results where you're emotionally hurt. Of course you're going to get in results where you feel ask for that. Betrayed. Right. Of course. And
but we also know
that if you do that and then continue on to say, yes, this is what I want to do, and you feel hurt, then you might as well have, not saying do anything to yourself, but emotionally you're hurting yourself.
Right.
You feel what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like, versus
being clear.
Things. Do you feel like? All right, now see, that's why I said, like, feeling hurt, I believe, is another conversation in itself, because it's like saying I can't tell you how to react. Right. We always say these things. You can't tell somebody how to react. Right. But just because I can't tell you how to react doesn't mean that your reaction have to delete me. Like, I'm deleted? Why is hurt?
You doing that's delete, that's a charge. You know what I'm saying? That's a conversation. And that's like, itself, boom. If they said, me and you had conversations with the 15 minutes, right? And maybe once or twice. And we've had, I'm not saying we've had it only once or twice.
Not perfect.
I'm saying maybe once or twice, it was like, oh, nah, I ain't with it no more. It's a little too much. On both sides. On both sides, right? Maybe it's a little too much on both sides. It was like, you know what? We need to back all the way up from our situation. And we gonna play the sides of the field that we playing. So I mean, and we did that, and it didn't. Here we are. Long story short, here we are.
We tried.
It was like, okay, we went.
It was bigger than
we went to other roads. We went into other situations, and willingly and lawfully, or whatever the case may be, and here we are having this conversation right here on this podcast.
And I because that's what I'm saying. Like, when I'm on here, I'm speaking from my experience, and I don't mind dropping a little jewel here and there on how I got here, but I need people to know that
there are people that go through it. There are people that like the way it could be perceived, right? Normally, places without the 15 minutes, it looks like a Maury episode or a fucking what's that lottery ticket? Tiana Taylor. I always revert back to her ass type shit. None of that shit. That's you know what I'm saying? Because there's no communication, that's more possible. You feel me?
Right. No, you're right.
Did that like honestly, niggas saying they keep it real. Right? People always say they keep it real. That's about as keeping it real as it's gonna be if you gonna sleep. Like I gotta wake up
sleeping, right?
When I go to bed, you're gonna end up in the same bed as me, bro. Like, why would I not want to know what's up?
All these things, bro.
Like this, I don't know. I don't know what niggas is doing outside, but if niggas is outside and something was done, I just need to know.
They're living on the edge. They living on the edge.
And if I know from you, right? And I trust you more, even with the bullshit, because you might not like it sounds like, oh, so they're supposed to say it as soon as it happens. No, asshole. No. Like, who the fuck?
Right, it ain't gonna work that way.
Like you end up doing it and being like, damn, this is fucked up. You know what? Let me call.
I don't want to give that advice. And understand, guys. We talking because we here in our shit. We in our
I'm
shit.
Saying for anybody.
No. But I want us to
seen it. Hear
me out. I want people to understand. Like, that's what the show is for. Is we giving out. You know what I mean? We're talking our story, and when somebody else call me, they may get caught up in their shit. And I want you to know that when you come up here, we're not judging you. And don't. I don't give a fuck. We here. I don't care about the judgment, but I want people to also, I got to keep reminding them during the things that we say that it wasn't something that we knew. Nobody, and with you being the man that who you are, I appreciate you for opening up that part, because it's, like I said, it's not being said, it's not being talked about. They're not talking about it, and it needs to be talked about more. And
I guess it's more of like, it's not like we went around the hood telling everybody, hey, we giving each other 15 minutes. You feel me?
Nah.
Right?
They ain't tell them. They ain't even give a fuck. It
was more shock value that it'd be like, yep, got them broken up. And then the next day, they're like, yo, you know they in the park? Does she know? Does he know?
Right.
Maybe we gotta tell them and be like, yeah, all right, well, why you tell? I already know this.
It's deeper than that. And that's why I said we gotta understand now. Look, I can't say from when we were young, we felt like it was deeper than us. I can't say that because we got married first. And then
it was all in the moment. Everything was in the moment.
But I seen you as a human, bro. I seen you. I
appreciate that. As long as I ain't a donkey. Especially don't call me a donkey. I like that. I don't mind being a human.
Right, and you know what I mean? People need to see each other more and stop. It like, why you always want to? We don't have to be better than the next, even if you have these special skills. And
well, what's
I feel
better
like
than?
When that's being thrown in my face, like, I got this, I got that, I got this, I'm doing this. Well,
like,
okay.
Would you rather have millions of dollars, right, in a relationship where you can't be honest with, but just stack bread, right?
First of all, I don't think we could go do the spontaneous things that we really, really want to do, like go to the ice cream shop in the hood. Randomly know that our peoples we grew up with, you know what I mean, they someplace and we can't go visit them because and I'm not saying that's bad for anybody who's going through that, but I know they feel that shit. And when you come up here, explain that. Tell us. Like, that's what I'm saying. Everybody deserves a chance to tell their side so we can hear it and understand it, grow from it. Because we're not having these conversations. It's just not happening. And I like that we can have these conversations, be human. I don't judge you. I hope you don't judge me. I hope anybody who heard us tonight don't judge us. Because we here, baby. We ain't going nowhere. We gonna stick to the plan. And like I said, Croc, like, every time I keep looking down at the time, I'm like, damn, we did it. We about to go a little deeper. And it's just the beginning. And I just want to take it slower. Like, I just want to take it slow. So we can understand that this is a learning thing. And when you learn, sometimes you got to take it a little slow. So I hope people heard you. So with the conversation that me and you had tonight, you know what I mean? What would you say to the men? What would you say to my sisters out there that are trying? Like, what can you say as you being you, not Tima's husband? Or just you.
You weren't born with the person that you want to, or you think you want to spend the rest of your life. Let's go with, you may not know, but you feel it. Just know that unless, you know what I mean, whatever situation comes up and where the family just knew each other from fucking birth, that's a whole nother situation. And then that's a little creepy, right? Even if y'all are not related. But neither here nor there, everybody has a story.
Come on, Croc, come on.
You need to hear
touching them. No, we need it. Go ahead. Do you?
Everybody has a story. Everybody has a upbringing. Everybody has a standard that they were brought with. And the cool thing about relationships is always understanding a lot of times the difference in how people grew up and how that works for you or that other person, right? Or finding out new things that you never knew that could be possible if you're in a relationship like that, that makes you want to work for it. You have to be willing, like, if you're in a relationship and you feel like at the end...
I was about to cut you off for a second just to ask you now, is that just for relationships as boyfriend, girlfriend, or does that go with work too, or friends?
Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be as serious sounding when I'm saying friends and work, but yes, if you want to achieve, because
he's single.
If you want to achieve,
he said my girlfriend. He didn't say my wife.
You know what I'm saying? If you want to achieve a point where you absolutely, if you want to achieve a certain spot where you can feel like you're comfortable, and when I say comfortable, it's like no matter what, I can be honest in this space, right? That space has to be created, right? That space has to be analyzed. The space has to be worked on to get that level of honesty from the people in the circle that you're trying to provide that from or get that from. And they got to get that from you to be able to say, like, I'm going to keep it a band with you.
Like, we here now.
You feel me? So
we here. This is what I wanted.
So if that's the case, then it's like, all right, how hard am I willing to keep it real with people so that hopefully, right, blessed and grateful, you get real back from other people.
I'm just not going to give up.
No, it's not about giving up. It's like
no. Like you asked me, knowing
what works for you. You know what I mean? Like, not everybody toots from the same horn. Not everybody talks the same way. Not everybody walks the same way. Everybody got different swaggers, and that's cool. So it's like cool. find your village, find your niche, or find your opposite. Because a lot of times opposites attract. To find like I said, to add something different to the dimension of what you already represent.
Tell them we opposite. Yin and yang over here.
it's all on how you want to approach it. Just know the choice is definitely on you.
Right. So you have to okay, so we're going to leave it there, and we're going to come back and we'll touch on more topics like that. Or, like I said, if Croc got the time, he's sparing the moment, pop in, I accept that. We're going to accept that. But the reason why, like I said, I'm gonna keep the name Sister to Sister is I am talking to my sisters. I would like to talk more with my sisters because I started talking with my sister. You know what I mean? Like when it came down to saying I'm ready to do a show, I started talking to my sister because I knew that I would reach out to more sisters. So the thing that might change is probably me adding the S, because now I'm talking to more sisters, and I'm looking to hear more things, more stories. So I want y'all to like, I want y'all to listen, I want y'all to subscribe. I want y'all to just play me back or play this back and learn, get something from the show, because these conversations ain't easy. I know that in the beginning, Croc, like I said, I don't know if you heard. In the beginning, I touched on relationships with a person that, because like I said, I don't want to keep dragging it. I just wanted to get it out. It's out. I got to put it as what it is now. What it is I had a relationship with somebody that eventually I felt like was going to bring me pain, and it was okay. I was willing to accept the pain. And sometimes we accept pain so easy because we don't think that we're worth it. You know what I mean? I should have felt worth it. I don't feel like I don't regret anything that I did. You know what I mean? I'm okay with it. I'm learning to live with it. I get to come back and talk to you guys. You know what I mean? So I don't regret it or anything like that. It's just those situations happen where you end up digging yourself into a deeper hole with the person that you already know hurt you, or you already know did have like that little hidden agenda, or may have that, like those things you don't have to deal with. I guess that's what I'm saying when it came down to that part. Like, I didn't have to deal with that. I could have went about it a different way. And because I know now, only because I had the show, I guess you got to go through something to find out if you can handle it. And I guess we touched on tonight, like, certain people can't handle it. But how do you bounce back without deleting someone, or without it being violent, or, you know what I mean? How do we bounce back from that? And it's not always easy. And it's something that is taught now that we know that they ain't learned. So what is some teachings can we say about that for tonight? Like, what advice would you give me to come, like, bounce back from
get in tune with yourself?
Pain.
Get in tune with yourself. Stop worrying about the outer and worry about the inner. When it comes to mentally, physically, you know what I mean, food-wise, dietary-wise, get in tune with yourself and show yourself how much you love being alive and that you love yourself, right? And you can let go of anything that is considered not growth for you, and then take your growth and continue to grow and praise yourself. But if you don't start praising yourself first, who no one else is gonna know how to do it, because they don't know how the reaction feels. You know, someone always orders some food, and the food comes up and it's not theirs. That face right there, that's what people make when they don't know what praise they're getting.
Right. And it's the screw up face. It's the judgmental face, and that's what I said. We're not doing that.
No need. As long as you breathe it and you have opportunity to get your voice out there and share, and you don't even have to be a podcast person, but in general, if you have the opportunity to get up, go and have another shot at it, why not? We here, right? That's a blessing to me.
Right. It's going to be hard. And like I said, like, I know when we say we talk about this is the love part of it. The conversation of the economic, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I don't know all that. But I know that there's something also that needs to be taught. So I'm willing to have those hard conversations as well, to know that, yeah, you can love somebody, but how you loving them? Are you spending all your money on them? Are you, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Well,
and then, like I said, that legacy, leaving them legacies and leaving things behind. That's why I recommend everybody watch that movie Demolition Man. Not gonna say, because things, shit, the robot got your money. That's who got your money. They shutting your car down while you're driving. So, with us hitting these topics, we're going to do it. We're going to hit it, and we're going to be okay with it. Croc, I appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
I love you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity every day to grow into the woman that I am trying to be. And I thank you for allowing me to see you grow into the man that you are going to be. And
thank you. I appreciate that.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, love is real. It's hard. It ain't easy. Like we said, we tried cheat codes, 15 minutes of fame.
Well, it might work for you. It might.
It might. You never know.
It might work for you.
But we also, like I said, you got to hear us. Don't just hear the 15 minutes of fame and you didn't hear that, we said it was hard. It was hard. It wasn't easy. But I wanted to see
to be able to hear the trigger of certain things, kind of like get you an understanding of how a person works. Right? So if it was physical, then it was maybe a physical attribute missing, or it just could be something different. And it was like, well, hey, I ain't got no problem with you. It's just something different.
That's what I touched on. Like, it's that pain. Some people like that pain.
I'm not enough. No, you're enough.
Right, you're enough. People we suck for pain, and
I've been drinking Bud Light on a little Corona, or whatever.
Right. We get it. So, like I said, Croc, I appreciate you for coming up. I'm gonna drop you down in this show, because right now, like, I feel like one part was a little touchy, and the feedback would. I like I said, y'all do give me a feedback. Let me know if y'all understand where I'm coming from when I said I'm ready to have these conversations, and we need to have these conversations because it's not just for us. It's bigger than us. This is not for kids. Do not come here. Yeah, not allowed. Go the fuck that way. Go that way. Like I will tell. I don't like kids up in my face. I don't even play that game. Like, I don't play that kids in my face shit. I'm not going to talk to your mama if you right there like that. Like, I'm not going to do that. Even with my mouth like this, I still don't play that game. Understand that. And my kids know that. So this show is not for kids. It's for adults. So let me put that out there right now. There will be some crazy topics. I guess I'm putting that out there now. Croc, with you calling in and you being, like I said, like, I would love if other guys come up on here. Like I said, my translator, I need it, bro. I appreciate it. You know how I see it. So,
No, I got you.
You know what I mean? It's going to get real. I hope that you hear. So,
yeah, if I have an opportunity to bless this show and share whatever dialogue y'all doing, I'm going to do that.
Right, and I appreciate that. You know what I mean? I understand. Like I'll say that when I drop you down. But like I said, I appreciate you. Y'all keep on. Croc, is anything you wanna promote anything to the people before you go?
Nah, like I said, I mean, you seen those that watched the show before. I don't like to promote stuff until it's out and ready for y'all. But we got some things cooking up. Going on, DP about to get that year to Jordan on, one step away.
It's the year to Jordan. I said it, baby.
So it's a blessed and grateful year. We here in this podcast talking about what's next. So it's a good thing.
Right. And I appreciate that for you seeing that. So I want to say, and you know what I mean? I hope I didn't ask you the question that I did want to, check your mental, because like I said, this is a mental health show. So I hope that you've been having a smooth week, doing what you needed to do, and it wasn't as hectic, because I know this world is hectic. The groceries, you seen it?
Yeah, I seen it. I seen it.
You saw it? Oh my God.
Keep them eggs to your damn self.
Right. Like, that's another
I'm going to let you pay for it. That's what I'm going to let.
Right.
That's what I'm going to let.
Husband, I would love to. Like, if I could be on the farm, give me your chickens, I would. But, like, shit is real out here. Crop, thank you.
No problem.
You have a good night.
You too.
And, tune in.
I will.
All right. So, it's always a great time when I'm with my husband. Not trying to be funny, only because I'm not saying everybody will have that. It's because it's not the 15 minutes of honesty that it grew bigger than that. Like, it grew longer than 15 minutes. You know what I mean? Of just honesty. How about I got to see him, like how he chill and how he is. I allow him to be himself around me without judgment, because it was fascinating that this is the person I love, right? And it's like, okay, I see people in these long relationships, and if you heard me before, like, I didn't see those days, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't expect me to live as long as I did. I didn't expect me to go as far as I did. There was so much that was taken away from me. There's still so much that I feel like that it hurts. You feel me? Like, I hurt. I'm human. I go through shit, but I'm fascinated at myself sometimes that I want to keep going on. And I'm more fascinated because it's people. I'm fascinated about people. The good, the bad, the ugly, the ups, the down. I'm fascinated because there's so much. You telling me, like, let's be honest, people. You saying that, yeah, it's people. Then you say, UFOs, that's another species. Then it's like, it's just so much. So it's fascinating enough to keep me here, keep my sanity, keep my faith. It's enough for me to feel like I am now ready to open my heart to other possibilities, because the shit that I feel like as a young girl that was stolen from me, I would have been like a closed fucking girl, angry, mad. Like, if I didn't leave up out of New York, I think I left out of New York, bro, when K. Michelle got that ass. Like, real shit. Ass was booming and da-da-da. I felt like I was already in that space. And like I said, as we go through this podcast and talk more, you'll understand that being in that space, I could have been one of them females that thought about a BBL because of what was happening in the hood, or what was happening in the spaces of my friends that would invite me out. Those spaces, when I walked up in there and I seen these females like that, and I had to, like I said, I'm a female that's been in a situation where they took my shit. I'm a female that got, like, issues with mommy and daddy, all those issues. Now I'm walking into these fancy ass places with my peoples, these females looking body, and I'm like, ooh, I think it's time to get my body done. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like that because I said that. I'm not like that because I understood that I have my peoples. They gonna come. My people's gonna like me for me because I'm me. And if I do that, I gotta expect the people that's gonna like that. And the people that likes that knows that I'm gonna wear short shorts. the people who like that knows that I'm gonna wear my titties out and shit. Like I'm not a little girl. I'm not having no little girl conversations with y'all. So please do not come here thinking that you're gonna have little girl conversation. I apologize if that's what you felt. I cannot sugarcoat anything. I could do is rock with it how I rock with it and go with it, because this is what I've experienced. This is what I've been through. Not trying to be funny. I'm an 80s baby. The deeper I go, like I tell you what type of 80s baby I am, but that 80s baby was packing bags at the age of 5 years old. I'm in the shopping mall, Food Lion, putting shit, or not a food like you know what I mean, your Key Food or your local Walmarts and all that. I'm packing bags. That's me. That I'm that little girl. I was that little kid, that little nappy head little girl that it wasn't that much. So I don't have time to sugarcoat shit for y'all. So please don't expect that all the time. But I'm willing to take my time with you. Understand that, because I want you to know this is the space where we're gonna do that. But as we touch these touchy situations, you gotta know that we just gonna keep it real, bro. Like sometimes it just be hard. I be in a conversation and I be wanting to go deep, but I gotta remember, and I keep saying it to myself. That's what I've been saying for the last couple of days, that when I'm me all the time. When you meet me, you're gonna see me and be like this, but you also gonna know that I'm shy. You also gonna know that I'm covered. Like there's somebody looking over me, because they still want me here to present this message to you. So you make sure you share that message, that this is the space where we gonna talk. It's gonna be hard. I'm gonna have to tell you about some shit that's been hard with me. We gonna laugh. We gonna play music too. Like I've thought about like a little music session, because sometimes when things are hard, we gotta find like spaces in the conversation. But like I said, as long as they give us the amount of time that we have, we're gonna have conversations, and maybe we do need a cool down. And I'm gonna try to find these cool down spaces for us, so we can know, like, you know what I mean, like the conversation's gonna get a little crazy, and then like you may have the chat say something that be like, oh, it's a little touchy, and then I'm not saying I wanna pull back, but I do wanna slow down, so we can let them know that it's just like health class. You know what I mean? It's just like somebody telling you how to wipe and do your things. Like these things are certain things that you wasn't taught. These are conversations that they hid from us. These are conversations that they said, oh, you shouldn't say because you're gonna hurt somebody's feelings, or you're gonna hurt somebody's image. It's not the conversation because it's embarrassing, because it's going to make you look bad. And let me tell you another reason why I feel, and ladies, sisters, understand, right? It wasn't something that I knew early, but I was already married when I found out this information that I'm about to say to y'all. Real shit, I was already married, right? So I can't say I would have felt that way or da-da-da-da. I can't really say that. That's not true. But I'm not going to say how you feel is wrong either. So before I was married, to hear a female say that she got molested to a man that she wants to marry, he was not going to want her because she's already been touched. She's already been in that. He wants something pure. So like I said, these conversations is hard. Those conversations is real. I've heard a female say that to me. I've heard a man say that about a female. Like, that, I don't want that because of that. And then it's like, am I mad at him for saying that? Do I judge him for saying that? Can I say, like, we have to understand there are levels, and you can't treat everybody the same way. And sometimes we try to, you try to treat people the same. They say that, and maybe we need to stop saying that. Treat people how you want to be treated. Nah. Even though I want to be treated like this, you may really want to be treated another way, and I got to respect that. So that means that I may have to come out of my comfort zone to do that for you, because I really do want this communication thing to continue. I want to live life. I want to enjoy. So when you come to this show, just know that it's going to be a little hard. It's going to be a little real. It's going to be a little touchy. Like I said, grab your CBD, grab your THC, grab you a wine cooler, grab you a beer, grab you some wine, grab you some water, grab the Bible, grab your pearls, get your tea. You feel me? Get all those things that you need that keeps you humbled enough to hear that there are people out there that are not like you. They ain't you. I'm not you. I don't want to be you. I want to be me. And they want to be themselves as well. And this is the space that I gave them. So my peoples, if you out there, this is your space. We here, baby. Tune in. Like I said, it's going to be more right now when they let me hit this button. And we here. I love y'all. Play me back later. It's Friday 13th. You know what I mean? We in the second Thursday of the year. It's the year of the Jordan. I done had a lot of things mixed up within this time. I had a lot. It's been a lot. But it ain't been enough to give up. It ain't been enough to say that I don't want to get this message out and we need this message out and we got to be able to talk about it. Mo said last week or 2 days ago, lock them all up. That's how you feel, lock them all up. If not, come explain. Come talk about it. Come tell me why. You know what I mean? You here. We here. So, ladies and gentlemen, I love y'all. Thanks for tuning in to Sister. Make sure you share, like, subscribe. Later on, we'll do some donations so we can build up the channel and do more things because there are some clips that I want y'all to hear that I want to share with you guys so we can have those conversations because it's going to be real and you ain't always going to like it. I want to get his name right because we were talking about you tonight. Mad Max 30. You asked that question and you could come back and talk to me. We'll have that conversation. And I want you to know with the question that you asked me is know what you asking for. I know you asking her for honesty, but you got to ask yourself honestly, can you accept what she's going to say? And if not, like I said, we'll talk about it. If you call into the show, you'll get where we're going. So, ladies and gentlemen, I love y'all. Thank you.